Mamie belle, mais la moustache et la cabochon. Sito patamilo, mina takatiki puletika. Sito patamilo, mina takatiki puletika. Sito patamilo, mina takatiki puletika. Sito patamilo, mina takatiki takatiki. Sito patamilo, mina takatiki puletika. Sito patamilo, mina takatiki puletika. Sito patamilo, mina takatiki puletika. Mamie belle, mais la moustache et la cabochon.
What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show. And today, another game of consistency, something we've been waiting for, something we thought was going to happen this year. And surprise, surprise, Taylor Heinicke still is on his game. The fact that we're talking about 2 straight games of consistency from both the offense and the defense. And like I said again, all they had to do was match 7 keys, and they did a fantastic job with meeting some of these keys. So I'm going to get right into it. Let's start with number 1. Take advantage of their pass rush. They did that. I will say this. I need Scott Turner to incorporate the short passing game a little bit earlier on and to do it more often, because I feel that's the way to get Taylor actually comfortable in the game. And because of that, they're going to have to really, really operate in a manner that works for Taylor Heinicke. Because again, you're talking about 2 games of consistency from him. The running game did a fantastic job with that. They took advantage of the fact that Carolina was getting up the field very quickly. We barely had heard about Brian Burns' name and Hassan Reddick. We barely heard their names the entire game. So they weren't even a factor. I think Brian Burns, we didn't hear his name until when they basically rolled Taylor Heinicke up. And I was concerned about that. I was really worried about that because I do not want to see Kyle Allen. But that's just me. Key number 2, run the ball. They did that as well. Now, again, it was one of those things where I was a little concerned because why? Antonio Gibson fumbles the ball. He needs to be one of those guys that they just have him carry the ball everywhere, and everywhere he goes, people try to punch it out to get him used to holding on to that ball, because you talking about that could have been a critical mistake. Understand this, he had one earlier this season. So the fact that that is coming up again, he needs to find a way to tuck that ball away and make sure it doesn't get away from him. Again, do exactly what our coaches used to do when we were young. Oh, you fumbling, you carrying the ball all day. Everybody try to punch the ball out. He cannot fumble that ball as he's walking around wherever the hell he's going at. So, again, fantastic job running the ball. They did a great job. Contain Christian McCaffrey as number 3. They did what they could. Christian McCaffrey is just a different beast. And with Cam playing, it makes him even more dangerous. But along with that, I also said that the first person must make the tackle. In the beginning of the game, they were kind of stalling with that, but they picked it up in the second half of the game. First man there, first man made the tackle. Very, very good job. Got off the field on 3rd downs. They were not giving Carolina an opportunity to get a 3rd down conversion. So again, 2nd straight game of consistency in regards to that stuff. I mean, we're talking about that was this is some fantastic playing. Key number 4. Be aggressive with their wide receivers. Now, they made some plays, but again, they practically took them out the game. Now, I will say this. I don't like the fact that Washington tends to fear the press coverage. They could have taken advantage of it in this game, but again, they did a good job nullifying their receiving core. They did not make a lot of plays. They made some plays, but not enough to impact the game to the point at where it was going to be a problem for us. Now, again, like I said, I wish they press a little bit more, but I'm not going to complain. Fantastic job by that secondary. Number 5, quick passing. Quick passing game, J.D. McKissic game. Now, they did not do that. that was a bit of a problem for me, because J.D. McKissic could have been a massive factor in this game, and when he did get the ball, he converted, and he was running the ball. They didn't throw it to him, though. I mean, J.D. McKissic could have blown this game completely open, but they didn't get it to him. But you know what? Again, the running game was good. I thought that when Antonio Gibson got out the game, that it was going to be J.D. McKissic all day, all night. And they actually held in. They didn't go that far. Again, like I said, the quick passing game, it did play a role in it, because Taylor Heineke did a great job with getting the ball out of his hands and making sure he wasn't putting. There was one play where he put DeAndre Carter in an issue where he got hit pretty hard, but after that, he didn't put any of the receivers in harm's way. Again, like I said, it was a quick passing game. I just felt they didn't use J.D. McKissic more. So again, I'll give them a half for that one. Number 6, abused the left side of their O-line. I told you, number 65, Daly, Dan Daly, I think it's Dan Daly. He went down. He went down early in the game, but they didn't really need to actually abuse that side, because the front four were actually getting home. So they did a great job with getting pressure on Cam, trying their best to bottling up Cam, and making sure Cam didn't become a massive factor in the game. Again, Cam was close to doing that, but the front four, they did their job. And again, I'm really happy that they did. Number 7, move Terry around to avoid Stephon Gilmore. They did that. Now, a lot of you may not have known that, but most of Terry's big catches came against Jackson. So the fact that they moved Terry around to get him to avoid Stephon Gilmore was a perfect game plan. That was one of my keys. It had to be done, because if Gilmore would have stayed on McLaurin the whole game, we would not have had McLaurin in the game at all. And again, like I said, we're seeing consistency again. Scott Turner is calling better plays. He's being more consistent. He's paying attention now. I don't know where this has been. I don't know if Ron sat up there and said, hey, look, we need to evaluate this. I don't know. All I know is that now we're starting to see a better game being called. Not only that, we're also seeing situational awareness coming from Scott Turner as well. So these are things that are playing well. Again, like I said, Terry had to be on the move to get away from Stephon Gilmore. They did that. Key number 8, and this is the key that everybody could see happen in this game. Taylor had to repeat his performance against Tampa Bay. He not only repeated his performance, he outdid his performance against Tampa Bay. Taylor played fantastically. He did a fantastic job. Not only that, these are the things we like about Taylor. His aggression, the fact that he's pumped up, the fact that he get his teammates pumped up. Even that hit that he got from Burris, for him to jump up and get in his face, love that play. Love that quarterback. And you don't get that from a lot of guys. The fact that that type of aggression lies in him, yes, absolutely. Fantastic game from Taylor. Also, no turnovers from him. Not a pick. Not even something that came close to a pick. Fine gameplay from Taylor Heineke. And I have to admit, man, I was happy. I was happy. I was one of the people who's been banging on the Taylor Heineke bus, telling people, hey, look, keep this guy in. I don't want to see anybody else. Give this guy 16 games. We're starting to see why he's the guy that I feel he's going to be. I don't care about the backup thing right now. I like the fact that he's playing very well. And I think that with Scott Turner being more consistent and starting to understand his situational awareness in regards to the game and the way he's calling plays within the game, we're starting to see better gameplay from Taylor Heinicke and also better play calling from Scott Turner. Fantastic thing. Fantastic performance from Taylor Heinicke. Last but not least, number 9. Again, fantastic. Contain Cam Newton. I told you guys, Cam could be the most dangerous person in this entire game. And we were close to seeing that. We were very close because Cam came out there and Cam was motivated. He was absolutely motivated. But the fact that Washington as a team matched his intensity, that made the big difference. I don't know what Ron said when they went into halftime and talked to him and stuff like that, but clearly he said something where he said, no, we're not going to let him and his energy define what's happening in this game. Washington wins 27-21. I called the 6 points. I said that they would win 26-20. They actually win 27-21. Fantastic game. Fantastic coaching. Got to give Jack Del Rio, Scott Turner, and Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera actually did a fantastic job with telling them he was going to go for it. Again, I don't know if it's the guy behind the curtain that said it, but again, I think this was all Ron. I will say this. I'm glad that we're all that they're starting to understand and we're all starting to see them play better, and they're playing better against high-level competition. This isn't something where they're playing against low-level guys like everybody was talking about last year. And the fact that they're getting better gameplay from everyone is fantastic. Again, we're talking so much about Jonathan Allen making the Pro Bowl and things like that. There needs to be more talk of Kam Curl making the Pro Bowl as well. Not only making it, but making it as a starter. Kam Curl has been fantastic this season. And the fact that he's not being talked about more is insane. He comes up with the play of the century on 4th down. But this has been his MO the whole season. Ever since they moved Landon Collins down to closer to the line, Kam Curl was already doing it, but he's picked it up even more. And the fact that we're not talking about, he's actually outperforming a lot of the other safeties in the NFC and the AFC. Nobody's talking about how fantastic Kam Curl has been this season. And we need to do more and say more to get Kam Curl on the ballot as a first ballot Pro Bowler this year, because he has been playing out of his mind and there is no way of getting around it. Like I said again, fantastic game. Very, again, game of consistency. I mean, what more could we ask for? This is what we wanted from the start of the season. Again, for all of you, my man Tone included, my man Tone from Protect Sports, you guys who had the 11 wins, you're still alive in this season prediction game. Again, a fantastic game. Fantastic game. We now have Seattle next with the return of Russell Wilson. So again, we're dealing with the returns. Another storyline game. So again, fantastic win. Fantastic coaching. Cannot doubt how good they played. Taylor Heinicke on pace to be a fantastic guy. Fantastic quarterback. Did a fantastic job. Didn't make a lot of bad decisions. Kam Curl for the Pro Bowl. We got to keep saying it. Kam Curl for the Pro Bowl. Kam Curl for the Pro Bowl. Jonathan Allen's going to make it. Kam Curl needs to make it too, because again, he's one of the top 5 safeties. He has to be one of the top 5 safeties in the league. He's been having a fantastic season this year, and we have to do everything we can to get the conversation about him into it. Other than that, man, like I said, fantastic win, y'all. Excited about it. Other than that, this has been your man, John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.